Rishi Sunak really is not having, well, the past 2 weeks, shall we say. Um, he's not really been having a good 2 weeks. Let's say that to begin with. Because it just seems to be one thing after another. And they've just come almost non-stop. And it all goes back to, of course, him initially releasing his budget, which, well, helps no one. Thanks for that, Rishi. Especially when you think about the furlough payments and the money that companies got during the pandemic. The Chancellor was more than willing to help the people out, and of course companies. But of course, let's put it straight. The Chancellor did help people out, but of course, when you look at other countries' furlough schemes and obviously business support schemes, especially in Europe, they were not only far more generous, but they were 10 times better than what Rishi Sunak actually put out. Then, of course, we had the Chancellor stepping in to help the hospitality industry with, he eat out to help out. The Chancellor would give you 10 quid off your meal. Yet the Chancellor isn't willing to help out with anyone's heating bills or help out with any of the cost of living crisis, which is going to cause untold misery to thousands of people across the country. Then, of course, soon, well, it might have been before or after, I can't remember, we had that infamous footage of Sunak being unable to, well, pay for a can of Coke, making him completely look like an absolute tool. And then he went and had to borrow someone else's car to pump petrol. Not really a good look. Then, of course, shortly after, all the stuff comes out about his wife. That his wife is still doing business in Russia with a company that she pretty much owns. So he gets massively pilloried for that. Then it also comes out that she pays for a non-dom status. And for those of you who don't know, it's been a while since we covered, obviously, that non-dom stuff. But needless to say, essentially, the quick end and short of it is it's a tax dodge. She pays roughly about 30,000 a year to HMRC, which is but a pittance to what she should be paying in tax to the country. And then, of course, the latest kerfuffle, it turns out during Rishi Sunak's first year as Chancellor, turns out he might not have even been a British citizen. Turns out he might have been an American because he has a green card. And all of this, this almost one thing after another. Once is a coincidence. Twice is suspicious. But the multiple times that we've had makes me think that there is an element in the Tory party, or someone in the Tory party is out to get Sunak, either to push him out of the party, to push him out of his Chancellor position, or to completely make sure that he gets wiped out of any future PM elections. Especially, as we've said and mentioned this before, not only has Liz Truss very recently taken a massive damage to her reputation, definitely damaging her chances, and of course Rishi Sunak, all these revelations that have come out very recently also now have damaged his chances. And as always said, those two were the front runners. If you wanted to put a bet on who was going to be the next leader of the Conservative Party after Boris, your safe bet would have been one of those two. But now, with the stuff that happened to Liz, and now all this stuff, all of it coming out in very, very quick succession, it leads me to believe that there is someone briefing against Sunak for a very specific reason. And I think it's to damage any future chances of him trying to be leader of the Conservative Party. I really think that's what has happened. That all this stuff that has come out, again, it's interesting, it's newsworthy, and yes, it's typical Tory, really. We really shouldn't be surprised that, of course, any of this stuff has come out. But the fact that it has all come out very, very quickly, and I wouldn't be surprised if we got more stuff over this weekend or even early next week. But someone is out to get Rishi. And of course, the big question is who is it? I certainly don't know who it could be, but almost certainly, I think it is definitely someone in the Conservative Party trying to take him out, either to remove him as Chancellor or to permanently damage any chances he might have at a future run to be leader of the Conservative Party and potentially be Prime Minister. I really think that's what's going on. Because there's no other way you can explain all this stuff magically coming out one after each other in very quick succession. There's no way you can explain it other than someone is out possibly to get him and to bring him down. But who knows what we might get next? That's almost for certain. And I do think we will get something, probably even more revelations this weekend, if not early next week. I'm very much certain we possibly might get some stuff. So, as always, please do remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe button down below if you are new to the channel. And of course, down below there are links to my Patreon page and a motivation link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can buy me coffee. And as always, thank you very much to all those people who do help support the channel that way. And of course, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.